Slice of Celona. I am Greg Yatman. Hopefully you're joining us again. If this is your first time, well, I got good news for you, particularly if you're in manufacturing, because today we're looking at a slice of manufacturing with myself, Greg Yatman, and my trusty co-host, boss, and friend, Özer Dondurmacıoğlu. Hopefully he's your friend too. Today we're going to jump into manufacturing. So Özer, plainly and bluntly, if I am in manufacturing as a professional today, maybe running the network or involved in the network in some way, why do I care about private 5G and what can Celona do for me and my business?
Great question, Greg. Manufacturing is quickly becoming our most favorite vertical. And I think that has something to do with the fact that manufacturing technology teams have been in the forefront of digitization, converting their business process, their workflows to digital tools and technologies and applications, probably faster than many other industries out there. There's a lot of buzz in the industry, right? There's talks about Industry 4.0 and how 5G is going to make that all possible. And but there's also, quite a bit of real world experiences that our audience needs to go through. And I think we're keeping things really practical for them in their journey with private cellular, private LTE, and private 5G technology. So we've been having some pretty good reaction from the market. We usually work with three separate audiences: IT teams who are trying to keep the production line connectivity up and running, right? They never want to get the call, hey, production line is down because of a networking problem. Secondly, the folks who are actually messing in these digital apps, whether as part of a cloud initiative or edge compute initiative, which is generally the case. They just want to keep building apps. They just want to keep digitizing. They want more predictive monitoring by just simply investing in IoT infrastructure. They want to automate things by investing in robotics infrastructure. They want their staff to be communicating at moments notice with remote assist tools, the wearables, or even simpler tools like smartphone and tablets. And that digitization, they don't want network to slow them down. And lastly, there are certain organizations who are still investigating what private 5G mean for them. So there's usually an innovation team that looks into, hey, looks like a couple of our colleagues in other companies are making advantage of private LTE 5G. What should we be doing? They're looking for their own roadmap. So it's been a lot of fun interacting with those audiences in the manufacturing sector. And I think it's a very fast adoption curve we see in that vertical.
All right, so an example of how that adoption curve is developing over time. I mean, you mentioned tablets, mobile devices, also things like HoloLens, right? So if you're looking at the implementation of these devices and you're not looking at private 5G, would you say you're missing out on a tremendous opportunity, or maybe there's some use cases that help push that along the path?
Yeah, absolutely. A good portion of our audience in manufacturing, they actually never adopted Wi-Fi as much as some of the other industries have adopted Wi-Fi. That's what we're observing, which is kind of an interesting outcome, because I worked on Wi-Fi technologies for 12 plus years, and I go after manufacturing customers and they're still like, yep, we're still on wires, you got to keep it reliable. So there's quite a bit of wired investment. And I think the ROI here is, hey, I can keep my business process mobile. I can keep my robotics infrastructure mobile. I can keep my people mobile if I were to switch from wired to wireless. And we see many of them just looking at the bill for cabling infrastructure and fiber and everything else, and looking at the bill for a private 5G network from Celona. It's night and day. I mean, it's a massive cost savings. And all they want is interference-free wireless communication. They want service level to be guaranteed on that wireless communication, specific set of latency, specific set of packet error rate, throughput. Those need to be guaranteed. And they need to make sure that the system integrates with an on-premises network. These manufacturing lines are, they need to produce products, but it's also very, there's heavy intellectual property in someone's manufacturing operation. So they don't want that site to be dependent on a cloud infrastructure. They want it to be self-sufficient and private and secured nicely. And so far, private 5G solutions out there until Celona showed up, they always were built as a separate island. And sometimes, depending on regional and public cloud technologies, to enable cellular connectivity. With Celona, you don't need that. You essentially can have a fully integrated system on top of your manufacturing network, your existing manufacturing wired infrastructure, your firewall infrastructure, your wide area network infrastructure, as if you were deploying another switching solution, right? That level of simplicity, that level of integration just never existed. And I think we can satisfy all these three requirements from them. And in my mind, given the increasing demand from manufacturing plants to just finally move to wireless in a fully covered and highly secured fashion, I think it's a great time to partner up.
All right, great. So the net of that is that you're talking to manufacturers looking for wired-like performance with the opportunities or capabilities of wireless, right? The two worlds come together with private 5G and private LTE. All right, fantastic. I think I got it. I think our listeners and our viewers got it as well. But if you are in manufacturing right now, we are talking to you. Please talk to us, because we have a solution for you that you may not have thought of or you've been struggling with for quite some time. So until the next time, please do come back to us. Please reach out to us, whether directly on our website or social media, or reach out to Özer himself. He likes adding new people to his network too. In the meantime, we'd love to see you back at Slice of Celona. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey, folks. Bye.